and the universal heartbeat of the beautiful game. This is a story of how the world's most popular sport reshaped itself, and how one tournament forever changed football history. Fade in on sweeping aerial shots of Mexico City, Toronto, New York, and Los Angeles. Welcome to the first tri-hosted World Cup, Mexico, Canada, and the United States. 3 countries, 16 host cities, 1 unforgettable tournament. Act 1. Building the biggest World Cup ever. 1. 3 nations, 1 vision. The seeds of this historic event were planted years earlier, when FIFA approved an unprecedented joint bid. Critics questioned whether 3 nations could unite behind a single mission. Supporters argued that North America, with its infrastructure, stadiums, and diverse fan base, was built for something this monumental. Cut to bustling stadium construction footage. From Los Angeles' Sophie Stadium to Mexico's legendary Estadio Azteca, preparations spanned nearly a decade. Cities modernized their transit systems, expanded hotels, and reworked security plans. Never before had a World Cup required coordination across thousands of miles and 3 national governments. 2. The first 48-team format. Graphics appear showing the expansion from 32 to 48 nations. The biggest change, however, wasn't the hosts, it was a format. The world was used to 32 nations, 8 groups, and a knockout stage. But in 2026, FIFA opened the gates wider, welcoming 48 teams into the global spotlight. The new format meant more stories, more dreams, more opportunities for nations that had never tasted World Cup glory, or had never even qualified before. Whether you loved the expansion or doubted it, one thing was certain: this tournament would showcase more of the planet than ever. Act 2. The tournament begins. 1. Opening ceremony in Mexico. Crowds were inside the Azteca. The opening ceremony returned to historic Estadio Azteca, already legendary for hosting Pelé in 1970 and Maradona in 1986. This time, the stadium roared again, not in nostalgia, but in anticipation. Fireworks exploded above the stands. Performers from across the 3 host nations danced, sang, and honored cultural traditions. A mosaic of flags rippled across the field, symbolizing the tournament's diversity. Then, the moment billions were waiting for, the opening match. The hosts, Mexico, stepped onto the pitch under enormous pressure. As they faced their first opponent, the hopes of a nation filled the air. Cameras zoomed into children waving green, white, and red flags. Generations united in a single moment. Act 3. Global stories, unlikely heroes. 1. Underdogs rise. Montage of small nations celebrating surprise victories. With 48 teams, the 2026 World Cup became a playground of the unexpected. Nations long absent from football's biggest stage made their voices heard. For fans from Africa, Asia, and the Caribbean, it was a celebration of breakthrough moments. One of the tournament's most emotional stories came from nations ranked near the bottom of FIFA standings. Their squads, many composed of semi-professional players, fought bravely, determined to prove that passion can rival experience. We see locker room footage, a coach motivating his team. "Coach, this is your moment. The world is watching. Show them who we are." 2. Canada's historic momentum. Canada entered the tournament eager to build on their growing domestic football movement. Toronto, Vancouver, and Edmonton lit up with fans. The Canadian squad, young and hungry, delivered performances that electrified the home crowd. Fans in red and white erupt after a dramatic goal. For a country traditionally overshadowed by hockey, the World Cup ignited a national passion that surprised even longtime supporters. 3. The U.S. awakens. Cut to New York, Dallas, San Francisco stadiums filled with fans. Meanwhile, the United States embraced the world's game like never before. A new generation of American players, many competing in Europe's top leagues, arrived ready to prove that U.S. soccer was no longer an outsider. A young American star scores a late winner. Crowd explodes. A country often divided found unity in the rhythm of chanting crowds and the infectious thrill of the global stage. Act 4. Drama, shocks, and legends. 1. The giant stumble. Of course, no World Cup is complete without shocking upsets. Several football giants, teams with decades of dominance, found themselves stunned by rising nations who refused to play by old rules. Cut to stunned fans, players holding heads in disbelief. This wasn't just unpredictable. It was beautiful chaos. 2. Rivalries renewed. Clips of classic matchups. Brazil versus Argentina. France versus England. Germany versus Mexico. With more teams and more matches, old rivalries resurfaced with new intensity. Every game carried the weight of history and emotion. Every goal added a new chapter to football folklore. In the stands, fans painted in bright colors clashed, always passionately, sometimes nervously, yet bound by mutual respect. 3. Stars shine bright. Veteran superstars arrived with experience in their boots and glory in their sights. Young phenoms sought to write their names alongside football's greatest legends. Some carried the expectations of entire nations. Others seemed born for the spotlight. Slow-motion footage of spectacular goals and saves. The 2026 World Cup gave rise to new icons, players who went from relative anonymity to household names overnight. Act 5. The final rounds. 1. Round of 16 to quarterfinals. Epic music swells. As the knockout rounds began, tension wrapped itself around every stadium seat. Penalty shootouts turned heroes into legends and sent favorites packing. A goalkeeper makes a stunning save. Dreams lived and died from 12 yards out. 2. Semifinals. Global suspense. Cut to a stadium bathed in golden light. The semifinal delivered exactly what fans hoped for: breathtaking skill, heartbreak, and moments that will be replayed for generations. One match spilled into extra time, then penalties. Fans held their breath as players stepped up to the spot. And after 2 unforgettable matches, the stage was set. The world focused on one city, one stadium, one final battle for football immortality. Act 6. The final. 1. Kickoff in New York and New Jersey, MetLife Stadium. Crowds roar as the finalists walk out. And so, under the bright lights of MetLife Stadium, 2 nations took the field. Their journeys, filled with triumphs and struggles, converge here in 90 minutes that would define them. Commentators shout as the opening whistle blows. The match began at a blistering pace. Every pass mattered. Every tackle sent shockwaves through the crowd. A stunning goal erupts across the stadium. The first goal sent millions into jubilation. The equalizer moments later brought millions more to their feet. Cameras pan across faces, from tears to cheers. Football belongs to everyone. And in 2026, the world proved it. If you did, make sure like and subscribe to our channel for future updates. See you in the next video.